I'd like to take a moment to let you all know about a new non-profit organization started by my brother Craig. It's called Treats and Truth. They fill oversized brown lunch bags with snack items, chips, crackers, popcorn, cookies, etc. Also, a bottle of water, toothbrush, toothpaste, sanitary wipes, and most importantly, a small gospel tract book of John. No cigar? I'll have to talk to him about that. The bags are then hand-delivered to the homeless and people in need in and around the Los Angeles area. Let's help get this ministry off the ground. They're a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, so any and all donations are tax-deductible and greatly appreciated. Visit their website at treatsandtruth.org. Check out the show notes for the link. Also, please follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. Welcome to episode 257 of the Burning Bush Podcast, where we share the message of the Bible while enjoying a good cigar. Hope you're doing well, and I'm glad you've joined me. In this episode, we're reading the New Testament book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, with commentary from the notes in the Charles Spurgeon Study Bible, and I'm smoking the StillWell Star English No. 27 by Dunbarton Tobacco Trust in the Toro 6x52 Vitola. So let's go to Dunbarton Cigar's website and see what they have to say. Our master ligador, Steve Saka, while known for being one of the world's foremost cigar experts, has also been a pipe smoker for over 3 decades. For many years, he has casually crafted handmade cigars, incorporating some of his favorite pipe tobaccos into blends for his own personal consumption. While he would typically use English-style blends, he would also mix it up with a few aromatics, orientals, and others. While he enjoys his pipe smoking, cigars remain his first love, and doing this allowed him to combine the flavors and aromas only a pipe could offer into his beloved puros. When he told this practice to Jeremy Reeves, the head blender of the famed pipe tobacco maker Cornell and Deal, who himself is also a cigar smoker, everyone's wheels began spinning at the possibilities. Earnest work began to create a unique, refined smoking experience combining our shared passions. StillWell Star is the world's first luxury pipe tobacco cigar. Cigars incorporating pipe tobaccos into their mix is not new, but almost universally they are unbearably sweet, utilize marginal pipe and cigar tobaccos, and are rather simple, heavy-handed blends that afford the smoker little sophistication or balance. In short, not the type of cigars that Saka smokes. StillWell Star is a totally different approach. All of the cigar and pipe tobaccos used are amongst the finest available, no expenses spared. Each of the pipe tobacco recipes is meticulously crafted in small batches by Reeves, utilizing only the best tobaccos and techniques. And each of the cigar ligas was carefully tailored by Saka to specifically showcase and enhance the nuances that each of the pipe blends add to the cigar. The end result is a truly mesmerizing smoking experience. 4 unique cigars, each with its own personality, deftly blended to afford the smoker the nuances of the flavors and aromas of the pipe blends, yet working in concert with the black cigar tobaccos. Balance, measured, refined, and elegant are all hallmarks of StillWell Star. And the English No. 27 notes are a quintessential mix of burley and Turkish leaf with a generous portion of Cypriot Latakia pressed cake paired with Nicaraguan cigar tobaccos. Rich and decadent, while not being overpowering, this is a Latakia lover's puro worthy of being smoked in an English manor house beside the fire. And the wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. Binder is San Andres Negro Cultivo Tonto. And there are various fillers. And the profile is medium. That is the English number 27 by Dunbarton Tobacco Trust. So let's get into our reading of 2 Corinthians chapter 10. I am reading from the English Standard Version, the ESV, and verse 1 reads, I, Paul, myself, entreat you, by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, I who am humble when I am face to face with you, but bold towards you when I am away. I beg of you that when I am present, I may not have to show boldness with such confidence as I count on showing against some who suspect us of walking according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we are not waging war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete. And Spurgeon comments on verse 5, we take every thought captive to obey Christ. Monarchs of old, such as the kings of Assyria and Babylon, when they subdued a country, removed the people to a distance away from their old haunts to find new homes. When the Lord captivates the thoughts of our mind, he leads them away, conducting them to another reason altogether. The thoughts of the mind he guides into the spiritual realm, wherein they delight in the Lord and bow themselves before him. The person who, being made conscious of sin, believes in Jesus Christ and submits all the thoughts of his judgment and understanding to the obedience of Christ. Before he called evil good and good evil, he substituted darkness for light and light for darkness. He substituted bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. But now, when he is in difficulty about a moral question, he asks his Lord. Now, if pleasure tempts him, he judges whether it is sweet to his Lord. If a certain doctrine is stated, he weighs it not in the balances of his own thoughts, much less in the scales of popular opinion, but asks, what did my master say? What would the Lord Jesus think of this? He suspends his own judgment for his master's judgment. His powers of meditation and consideration keep within the circle of truth and holiness, finding green pastures there. Even when thinking about common things, matters that have to do with affairs of this world, he seeks to serve the Lord, for he knows that every thought, not some thoughts, is to be humbled into the obedience of Christ. And continuing in verse 7, look at what is before your eyes. If anyone is confident that he is Christ's, let him remind himself that just as he is Christ's, so also are we. For even if I boast a little too much of our authority, which the Lord gave for building you up and not for destroying you, I will not be ashamed. I do not want to appear to be frightening you with my letters. For they say, his letters are weighty and strong, but his bodily presence is weak, and his speech of no account. Let such a person understand that what we say by letter when absent, we do when present. Not that we dare to classify or compare ourselves with some of those who are commending themselves. But when they measure themselves by one another and compare themselves with one another, they are without understanding. But we will not boast beyond limits, but will boast only with regard to the area of influence God assigned to us, to reach even to you. For we are not overextending ourselves as though we did not reach you, for we were the first to come all the way to you with the gospel of Christ. We do not boast beyond limit in the labors of others, but our hope is that as your faith increases, our area of influence among you may be greatly enlarged, so that we may preach the gospel in lands beyond you without boasting of work already done in another's area of influence. Let the one who boasts boast in the Lord. For it is not the one who commends himself who is approved, but the one whom the Lord commends. That's the end of this episode. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to the Charles Spurgeon Study Bible, as well as today's cigar. Also, Groundworks Ministries for daily Bible studies and devotionals, Treats and Truth Ministry, where you can get involved in helping to spread the gospel to and be a blessing to the homeless, and the Burning Bush Merchandise Store, where you can pick up some items to help spread the word about the show. If you know anyone who needs to hear this, please let them know about the podcast and help share the message of the Bible, the hope we have in Yeshua Messiah, Jesus Christ. If you'd like to contact me, you can email me at steve@theburningbushpodcast.com, which is linked in the show notes as well. So until next time, have a great day, have a great cigar, and God bless.